Okay, so we're going to do Prasarita Padottanasana. We'll start from the centre of our mats. So join your big toes together, join your heels and spread your toes wide apart. And then working up through the legs, so from the heels, stretch up through your shins, lock your kneecaps, draw these thigh muscles up towards the waist. And as you draw the thighs up, lift your chin up towards your chin up, your chest up towards your chin, and then draw your outer shoulders back, and then stretch your arms down by your side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, then we bring the hands up into Namaste. And then we're going to take another breath in. As you exhale, we're going to jump the feet apart, or if you've got a bad back, just step your feet apart. So breathe in, exhale, and jump the feet wide apart. So stretch from fingertip to fingertip. And I'm just going to check there's a message on my screen. Someone's just wanting to join in. So stretch from fingertip to fingertip, and then lift your chest bone up. Take another breath in. As you exhale, we'll bring the hands onto our hips and draw your elbows back. Press the weight to the outside of the feet, and then take another breath in. As you exhale, we're going to bend forward. As you bend forward, look up towards the junction of the floor and the ceiling, and keep your elbows lifted all the time as you go forward. So try and keep your back nice and straight. Feel the weight is balanced in the feet. As you stretch down to the outside of your feet, draw your thigh muscles up and then press your thighs back towards the back of the room, and keep going forward. Keep trying to push your shoulder blades in towards your front chest and keep stretching forward. When you've gone as far as you can, either rest your hands onto your chair if you've got a chair in front of you, or you can rest your hands onto the blocks. You can either stretch your fingers down the side of the blocks that way, or just press the palms flat onto the floor. Try and keep the width in your shoulders though, and press your shoulder blades in towards your front chest. So get this action in the dorsal spine area, upper spine area, pressing forward and stretching your head towards the front of the room, and stretch your tailbone away from you. Keep pressing the weight to the outside of the feet and draw your thigh muscles up towards your waist. Keep trying to lengthen the two muscles either side of the spine by taking deep breaths in and out through the nose. Let the abdomen relax, let the tummy muscles relax. Deep breaths in and out. Now, if you can maintain that action in your upper spine area, you may be able to go a bit lower in the block. So you could maybe reduce, take one block out, and then see how far you can go. Sometimes that block might be a block too far. If you've got some half blocks, I haven't got any here, but if you had, you just go a bit lower. And gradually, we can keep going down all the way. And then some of you may be lucky enough to get your hands directly onto the floor. You get your hands onto the floor, make sure you have your middle finger in the center, spread the rest of your fingers wide apart, and squeeze the air out from the palms of your hand. That's the same even if you've got the hands on the chair, inner elbows facing towards each other, and then keep trying to stretch and lengthen your head as if you're going to aim the top of your head further forward to where your hands are positioning. So we're trying to lengthen the spine and work. You can then begin to walk your hands in if you've got them on the floor, always trying to keep the heel of your hand down. As soon as you feel you can't keep the heel of your hand down, that's probably where you work at the maximum. If you can keep your hands flat onto the floor, then we're just going to try and stretch and lengthen, stretch the top of the head down towards the floor. Keep pressing the weight to the outside of your feet. Lift your inner ankles, stretch up through the shins and the calves, lock the kneecaps, and then just let the tummy muscles totally relax. Let the lower back muscles relax, and just let the head feel as if it's just going to fall and drift away down to the floor. As if the rib cage has detached itself, and the only thing that's hanging there or holding it there is the spine, the two muscles either side of the spine. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. If you've got your hands on the floor
or you can try and reach to touch your toes if you can. See if you can touch towards the outside of your toes. If not, you can bring your hands onto your legs higher up and still stretch. At the same time, try and stretch the spine. So from the navel area, stretch your chest bone forward, press your shoulder blades in towards the front chest. And then we bring the hands back to center, into the middle. And then from there, we'll slowly begin to inch the feet in towards each other. And then when you feel ready, you can just spring the legs back up together and take some nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. That's the first one, just to get us underway. Hopefully everyone was okay with that. I'm just going to have a glug of water. Okie dokie. So, we'll turn our mats lengthways this time. And we're going to do Virabhadrasana 1 warrior pose. So start from the back of your mat and join your big toes, join your heels together and stand up nice and tall. So lock your knees, draw the thighs up, lift your chest bone up towards your chin and draw these shoulders back. So try and bring your shoulder blades together and press your shoulder blades in, stretch the arms down by your side. Then we're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to step the right foot forward. You can take the right foot slightly over towards the right so that we create a bit of space between the heels, have a bit of a gap in between. And then just turn your toes slightly on the left foot out, but not completely out, just slightly out towards the left. And then bring your hips and chest back to face forward. So it's important to get these hips level. What tends to happen is this left hip comes back and the right hip goes forward. So we have to draw that left hip forward, draw the right hip back until they feel nice and level in line with the front of the body. Stretching the arms down by the side, take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to take the arms all the way up over our head. And then we're going to take another breath in. As we exhale, we're going to begin to bend the left knee. Now what you might, your right knee. So as you begin to take your right knee, you might see that your right knee is now going further forward than your right foot. So we need to come back and extend the right foot further away and then begin to go down. Try to see if you can keep your left heel in contact with the floor. But if you can't, it doesn't matter if it comes up. The important thing is not to have this right knee going further than your right ankle. So if you do, you've got to keep stretching forward, keeping the balance. The important thing is hips must be level. Don't twist in the spine. Keep the hips level and then keep stretching the arms up. Try and keep the back left knee locked and also press your left thigh up towards the ceiling as you also press down on the back of the leg to go down. Really stretch the arms up, take deep breaths in and out through the nose. You should feel a good stretch now from your abdomen towards your chest bone and stretch your arms up. See how low we can go in the pose. Nice deep breaths in and out. Okay, and then lower your arms and then step forward, stand up nice and tall and just take some breaths in and then we'll step back towards the back of the mat. And then join the feet together again. Looks like someone's trying to join the class. Let me see, here we go. Okay, so we're going to do the other side now, Virabhadrasana 1. So join your big toes together, join your heels together. Stand up nice and tall, stretch the arms down by your side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, this time we'll step the left foot forward. So go, if you knew you had to move your foot a bit further forward, go further forward this time. And then stretch up nice and tall. Again, important thing here is to get the hips level. So we have to tend to draw the left hip back a bit, bring the right hip forward because we tend to turn in the spine and that's not good. So we want to bring it back so that we're level on the hips. Really press down in the back of the right heel and also at the same time press your left thigh down towards the floor. Stretch your arms by your side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slowly stretch your arms above your head. Take deep breath in. As we exhale, this time we'll bend the left knee and try and keep the back right heel down, stretching down to the floor. But as I said before, it doesn't matter if it comes slightly up. The important thing is your left knee shouldn't be going further forward than your left ankle. If you find that you are, then take the left foot further forward and then try and stretch the right heel back down towards the floor. Stretch up nice and tall. Take deep breaths in and out through the nose. Let the abdomen relax, lower back muscles relax, but try and push your shoulder blades in towards your front chest. Lock your elbows. Really work the back right leg so you stretch your heel down towards the floor. Draw the thigh muscle up on the left leg. But try to relax around the abdomen. I know that might seem difficult at the moment, but take as much time to relax the muscles. Even though we're stretching, we don't want to be doing it under tension. Deep breaths in, okay, and then lower the arms. Step the right foot forward and stand up nice and tall. Make sure you take some good deep breaths in and out between the poses. And if you need a glug of water, like me. Oh, that made a good sound, right. Okay. Right, we're going to turn the mats back this way. So we're going to do Parsvakonasana. So you can either have a chair, if you've got your chair, you can put your chair on your right hand side, have that towards the back of your mat. So we'll be resting our hand onto the chair. If you're a bit more flexible, you probably get away with using blocks underneath the chair. So I'm going to move the chair for now because I don't need the chair. Morning, please do use the chair if you need a higher lift and the blocks. You can always turn the blocks. I'll show you a bit more detail. We can always turn the blocks and that gives you the same height as the chair. That can be a bit wobbly. So sometimes if you want a firmer point to rest on, then the chair is better. So join your big toes. Stand up nice and tall in the centre of your mat. Broaden across the shoulders. Stretch your arms down by your side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands up into Namaste. Take another breath in. As you exhale, jump or step your feet wide apart. Take your legs as wide apart as you possibly can and stretch from fingertip to fingertip, stretching up through the legs, so pressing the weight to the outside of your feet, extend up through your shins and your calves, lock your kneecaps, draw the thighs up towards the waist, and then try and draw your tailbone down towards the floor and then press it forward towards the front of the room. At the same time, lift and open your chest. So the more we do that now, the more turn we get in the hips when we go to turn the legs in. So breathe in. As we exhale, we're going to turn the toes of the left foot in as much as we can. Turn the whole of the right leg out 90 degrees. So this right knee, shin and thighs all facing towards the right wall. And then try and keep the other body straight for a moment. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to begin to bend our right knee. And we're going to see if we can try and bring this right thigh parallel with the floor, again without the right knee going beyond the right ankle. Upper body straight for the moment. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we're going to stretch over and we're going to just rest our hands. So I'm just going to move my blocks so they're closer to my ankle. So my right hand should be coming behind my lower right leg. And then we're going to stretch the left arm up towards the ceiling, palm facing towards you at the moment. And then trying to turn the whole of my hips and chest round. So my leg, my right thigh is going in the same direction as my right foot, and my whole of my body is turned. Now, if you're finding that struggle, you're better off coming up higher on a lift, or you can turn your blocks to come up higher. It's better to do that pose than turn and twist just to get your hand down onto the blocks. And then we'll take another breath in. As we exhale, we're going to turn the left hand to face the right wall, and then take another breath in. As we exhale, take the left arm over the head, And it should be cutting back, so we press our left shoulder in towards our front chest, and we should be able to look in front of the left arm up towards the ceiling. Keep the back left leg locked. Take nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. So your left hip should be coming over the top of your right hip. Your right hip should be pressing forward towards the front of the room. And try and relax the abdomen, lower back muscles relaxing, deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then we'll swing the left arm through, turn the feet to the front at the same time, and then we'll jump and step the feet back together. So take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then when you feel ready, we can move our equipment onto the other side. So that might be the chair or the blocks. Okay. Nice dog barking out the back there, right. Okay, so from the centre of our mats again, big toes together, heels together. Stretch up nice and tall through the legs. So lock your knees, draw the thighs up, tuck the tailbone in, stretch the arms down by your side, take a breath in, and then bring your hands up into the mat. Take another breath in. As we exhale, we're going to jump or step the feet wide apart. So again, take the legs as wide apart as you possibly can. Make sure that the feet are equal distance apart, so equal distance between your toes and heels, and then stretch your fingers. Try and lift your chest bone up as high as you can, stretching your tailbone down towards the floor. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we'll turn the toes of the right foot in this time as much as we can, and then turn the whole of the left leg out 90 degrees to face this left wall. So lock your knee, shin and thigh, stretching up to this direction, and then trying to turn the hips and chest back to the front of the room. Then take a breath in. As we exhale, this time we'll bend the left knee, and we'll try and bring this left thigh parallel to the floor if we can. Keep the back leg knee locked, so right knee locked. Stretch from fingertip to fingertip. Take another breath in. As you exhale, then we'll bring the left hand down to the blocks or the top of the chair, wherever we can reach, and we'll turn your blocks if you find that you're then now turning this side, because this is what we tend to do. We tend to turn this side just so we get our hand down. The important thing is this right hip should be over the top of the left hip. So pressing the left hip forward, right hip cutting back, and then trying to do that. So don't be afraid to come up higher to get the position. Keeping the right arm up. Take a breath in. As you exhale, rotate your right hand round towards the left wall. Take another breath in. As you exhale, stretch your right arm over, and you should be able to look up in front of your right arm up towards the ceiling. If it's really a struggle, this is where you need to come up on a higher lift so you can get that turn rotation in the spine, and then gradually we can go lower and lower and lower over the weeks. Really press the weight back to the outside of the right foot. Try and open the hips and groins, relax the abdomen, lower back muscles relaxing. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Take a breath in. As you exhale, swing the right arm through, turn the feet to the front, and then we jump and step the feet back together. And then take a well-earned breather. That's a tough pose, that one. Very tough. Okie dokie. Right. This is where you'll need your chair and also a belt. Hopefully you've got a belt handy. We're going to do Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. So it doesn't matter which way you do this. We're not in a classroom. Have your chair on the end of your mat, like so, and then, oh, no, don't lie, you might have your chair that way round, and you might need your 3 or 4 or 1 foam block, depends on how you are. We're going to raise their leg onto the blocks of the chair like that, or if you can get your leg higher, you can put it onto the top of the chair. You can put a blanket on top just to give yourself a bit of comfort. And then have your belt handy. So first of all, just judge the height of where your blocks are going to be. So you get that right, and then we'll bring the feet, join the feet back together, and we'll do the pose together. I'll just give you a few moments. Whilst you're waiting, you can take some nice deep breaths in, just broaden across the chest, stretch the arms down by your side. So, join your big toes, join your heels, spread the toes wide apart, extend out through the shins and the calves, and draw the thigh muscles up towards the waist, and at the same time lift and extend your chest bone up towards your chin, draw your outer shoulders back. And then we're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we're going to bend our right knee first of all, and then get the balance on the left foot first of all. So really stretch up tall. Feel as if you're sucking your hips into their sockets. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to take the weight on the left foot. Raise the right leg and either bring it onto the top of the blocks. Make sure it's the bony part of your heel that's resting onto the blocks and not the soft tissue on the top of the chair. And then take your belt. Place the belt around the centre of your feet, your right foot, and then with straight arms, use that pull to pull on the belt and help extend, stretch the spine up. So stretch the head up towards the ceiling, press your shoulder blades in towards your front chest. Important thing is look at your right knee should be pointing up towards the ceiling, and press your right thigh down towards the floor. At the same time, press your left thigh back behind you. So it's right thigh down, left thigh back, and then using the pull on the belt to stretch and try and lengthen the spine. Relax the abdomen, let the tummy muscles totally relax. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. And if you're feeling ultra confident, you can just let the belt drop, and maybe you can balance without the support of the belt. Again, make sure the feet standing up. And if you're feeling really confident, you can even try and raise your right heel off the top of that chair. I'm not sure. Shall I attempt that? Oh yeah, we can do that. Okay. Not for long. Right. Okay. And then we'll take a breath in. As we exhale, we'll bend the right knee and bring the feet back together. You might need to pick your belt up. Try not to move your feet if you can help it, because it means that we're all stretched evenly on both sides. So, big toes together, heels together, stand up nice and tall, lift the chest bone, broaden across the chest. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we'll bend the left knee this time, just come onto the toes of the left foot. To get the balance on the right leg, first of all, really draw the right thigh up. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to raise the left leg off the ground, and then stretch your heel either to the top of the chair or the blocks, wherever you can manage. Draw your toes towards your head, stretch your left heel away from you, left knee pointing up towards the ceiling, left thigh pressing down. Then place your belt around the centre of your left foot, and then with straight arms, pull on the belt to help stretch and open the chest. Draw your outer shoulders back, crown of head stretching up towards the ceiling. So as we press our left thigh down, we're also going to press the right thigh back behind us, and then try and stretch the spine, crown of head stretching up towards the ceiling, shoulder blades pressing in towards the front chest. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Let the tummy muscles relax. Let the lower back muscles totally relax. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, and then slowly, oh, you didn't let go of the belt. Let's see if we can let go of the belt. See if you can balance like so. And if you're feeling really brave, you can try and do it without any supports whatsoever. Okay, and then we'll take a breath in. As we exhale, we'll bend the left leg and join the feet back together, and take some nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. That's the last of the standing poses up. Whee! I bet you're all cheering now. Right. So we're going to do Setu Bandha. I'm just going to move the chair to one side. I'm going to place my blanket onto my mat, just for a bit of extra support, a bit of extra comfort. And then I'm just going to have my blocks at the side ready. In fact, I'll put the blocks to the other side so you can see, hopefully you can see me there. Right, so we just lie completely flat on our backs for a moment. Join your heels and join your big toes together. Draw your toes towards your head and feel you stretch your heels away from you. As you do that, draw your thigh muscles up towards the waist. As you do that, you may feel that your heels actually come up off the floor as you stretch the muscles. That's good, but we want to feel that we stretch from our navel area towards our chest bone. And then in this area, the shoulder blades want to press up towards the front chest. We want to draw the outer shoulders down towards the floor. Crown the head stretching back to the back of the room, and just let the hands gently rest on the floor, back of the hands on the floor, fingers gently curling. Let the abdomen relax. Let the tummy muscles relax. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. So we want to try and work the legs, so really feel you stretch your heels away from you, draw your toes towards your head, and take some nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. Then we're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we'll then bend both our knees. You can do it one at a time, and then bring the feet together. And then we're going to grab one of our foam blocks, like so. Take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your buttocks up. Quickly slide the block in underneath your pelvis, and then rest your pelvis onto the top of the block. And then slowly stretch one leg at a time, doesn't matter which one you do first. And then try and join your heels together and your toes together again. So feel you stretch your heels away from you, draw your toes towards your head. This time we want to try and extend the chest further towards the chin. As we do that, lift the shoulder blades up towards the front chest, draw the outer shoulders down towards the floor. We should be getting a bit more of a curve in the upper chest, the fact we've raised slightly on the block. Now, if you're feeling any pinching in your lower back, that means you're not stretching the back of the spine as much as you are on the front. So we've got to make sure we create space between the bones and the spine. And by doing that, we need to stretch the back muscles as well as we are on the front through the abdominal muscles. Just take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. Now, for some of you, that might be the limit of where you can go. If you feel that you could go a bit higher, again, you can take a breath in. As you exhale, bend one leg at a time, bring your feet together, grab a foam block, take a breath in. As you exhale, lift your buttocks up, place the second block on top of the first one, and then just rest the pelvis onto the block. Take a breath in. As you exhale, slowly stretch one leg at a time, away from you, joining your heels, joining your toes. Again, stretch the heels away, draw the toes towards your head, press your thighs down towards the floor. So the legs remain straight, the knees are locked. And again, we're now stretching on the front of the body from the navel area towards the chest bone, drawing the outer shoulders down towards the floor, bring the shoulder blades together, and then just rest the back of the hands onto the floor with the fingers gently curling, taking deep breaths in and out through your nose. Again, if you feel that's your maximum, if you feel you could go a bit higher, we can bend the knees again, take another block, lift the buttocks up, place the block underneath, on top of the other two, and then rest the pelvis back on top. And then slowly, one leg at a time, stretch out. Now I say slowly because the higher we go, the more curve we are getting in the body. But we want to still keep the legs straight so that the knees are locked, heels stretching away from you, toes towards your head. And we should be now be getting more of a curve in the upper body, coming more and more towards the tops of our shoulders. Take deep breaths in and out through nose. Rest the back of the hands onto the floor, fingers gently curling. So I'm going to try one more block. So I'm going to bend the knees, grab another block, lift the block up, place the block on top, and then rest the pelvis on top, and then slowly begin to stretch the legs away from you. So we join the heels, join the toes. So again, stretch the heels away, toes towards the head, really stretch up so we're getting more of a stretch now through the abdominal area, pressing our shoulder blades more in towards the front chest, so chest bone coming towards the chin, back of the hands on the floor, fingers gently curling. So at each stage, you're going to feel more work in your pose. Let the tummy muscles totally relax. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. So just do a few more deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then to come out of the pose, we're just going to bend our knees. So we'll bring the heels together, feet together. Then we take a breath in. As we exhale, we lift the buttocks up, and then we take 1, 2, or all 4 blocks out at the same time. Bring the pelvis back down onto the floor. And then when you're ready, you can roll over onto your right hand side or the left, whichever is easiest, just to come out of the pose. Just rest for a moment, don't come straight up. Take a few nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. And then when you feel ready, you may slowly come up from there. Okay, very good, very good. What's next on my list? Right, you'll all be pleased with these back bends. I know you love the old back bends. Right. So, I'm just going to turn my mat this way. Now, we don't need a blanket for the first pose. Some of you might need a couple of blocks to rest your hands on. I'm just going to adjust this camera slightly. Right. Okay, so we're going to do Chaturanga Dandasana. It's lucky you're muted so I can't hear the mums. Right. So we're going to lie completely face down. And we're going to place our hands at the sides of our chest. But the end of our hand should be where the end of our ribs, where our ribs stop. And have your middle finger in the centre and spread the rest of your fingers wide apart. And then take your feet to the hip width apart. Tuck your toes under. For the moment, we'll just practice the heels. So take a breath in. As you exhale, stretch your heels back. And as you stretch your heels back, you should feel your thighs lift up off the floor. Lock your knees. Press your thighs up towards the ceiling as you stretch your heels back behind you. Okay, and then relax. Just let the legs relax for a moment. So we're going to try and combine that energy of stretching the heels back and pressing the thighs up towards the ceiling. We're then going to press down on the hands. So take a breath in. As you exhale, stretch your heels back, press down on your hands. Now keep your body dead straight. We're not lifting it up like that. We're keeping the body dead straight, looking forward, taking deep breaths in and out through the nose, and then come down. Okay, take a few deep breaths in. Now, if you didn't get up, you can take a block on either side and you can place that. And you can rest the heel of your hand onto your block with your fingers gently curling over, and that will help raise the support a bit more and give up. If you need 2 blocks, so you can do 2 blocks on top of each other, then by all means do that. If you're really struggling to get up and you want to get up, the simpler way is to link your fingers together, and then you can do the pose like so. Okay? I want you to all feel the benefit of working the legs, etc. But we're also gradually then try and use the hands. So we'll do number 2. Okay, so hands at the sides of the chest. Tuck the toes under so the feet are hip width apart. Stretch your heels back. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift the thighs up off the ground. Stretch the heels back. Press down on the hands. Take deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, and then come down. Okay, that's number 2. We're going to do one more in a minute. Just let yourselves relax, totally relax. Let the abdomen relax, lower back muscles relaxing. Take big deep breaths in and out through your nose. Okay, ready to do number 3 then. So place the hands at the sides of your chest, feet hip width apart. Tuck your toes under, ready. Lift the head up, look forward, take a breath in. As we exhale, stretch your heels back, press your thighs up towards the ceiling, press your hands down onto your blocks or the floor, straighten the body, dead straight, keep working the legs, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, and then come down. Just rest your head to one side, wherever you feel comfortable, and take some good deep breaths in and out through the nose. So just take a few breaths in and out. Just let yourselves relax. Just let the body calm down, because that's quite a tough pose to do. And all the back bends are quite tough, aren't they? Right. So we're going to do Dhanurasana pose, the bow pose. So you will need your blanket for this one, just to soften the pelvis. Okay. And then we'll lie completely face down. Okay, so we lie face down on the mat, and then make sure your pelvis is going to be on the blanket with a bit of extra padding there. Take a breath in. As you exhale, we'll bend either the left or right leg, doesn't matter which first, and see if you can grab the shin or the ankle. Then we'll take another breath in. As you exhale, we'll bend the other leg and then grab that shin or ankle. Now at this point, try and draw your thighs up. So draw your thighs up towards your waist. You feel as you draw your thighs up, you should want to feel that you lift your chest. Starts to curve up, press your shoulder blades in towards the front chest. Take a breath in. As we exhale, pull on the legs and then lift your thighs up off the ground. Really stretch, open, relax the abdomen, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, and then come down. Just rest your head to one side. However you feel comfortable, let the legs relax. Relax the lower back muscles. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, hopefully everyone was all right. If you're getting any pinging in your back when you do that pose, again, the same as we had in Setu Bandha earlier, it means you need to stretch your back spine that little bit more just to create that extra space when you're stretching. It means you're stretching a lot more on your front than you are on the rear spine muscles. So try and get that extra stretch through your spine. So we do number 2. Now you can bend whichever leg you like and then grab the shin or the ankle. Take another breath in. As you exhale, grab that shin or ankle. So just try and draw the thigh muscles up. As you draw your thigh muscles up, do you feel that your chest and your upper body area wants to lift up off the floor? Hopefully you're starting to feel that action. Take a breath in. As we exhale, draw your legs away from you, press your thighs up towards the ceiling, lift your upper body up, take deep breaths in and out through the nose. They smile, look like you're enjoying it. Okay, and then come down. And just rest your head to one side. Take deep breaths in and out through the nose. Let the abdomen relax. Let the lower back muscles relax. Okay. Third and final one of this pose then. So you'll just stretch the arms back. Lift your head up. Take a breath in as you exhale. Bend either the left or right leg. Grab the shin or the ankle on that leg. Take another breath in. As you exhale, grab the shin or the ankle on the other leg. Lift the head up, look forward. So just press your shoulder blades in towards your front chest. Take a breath in. As we exhale, begin to lift your thighs up off the ground. Stretch your legs back behind you. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. The more you draw your legs back, the more stretch you'll get through your arms, and you'll lengthen the two muscles either side of the spine and through the abdomen. Deep breaths in and out, and then come down. And just rest your head to one side or the other. Take a nice deep breath in and out through the nose. So make sure you take a few good deep breaths in, because that's a good old physical pose. So just rest for a moment. Let the body relax. Come back to a calm state of mind. The best way to do that is just take a long breath in and a long breath out. Long breath in and a long breath out. So in between our poses and gradually within our poses, we want to try and maintain the length of the breathing. The longer we can breathe in and out, the more air we take in, the more energy we have in the body, and we become stronger and fitter through our breathing. So I know we practice at the end of breathing, but gradually, hopefully, you'll find that that will also come into your yoga practice on a daily basis. Right, we can stay where we are. We're going to do Ustrasana, the camel pose. So you're going to kneel up on your mat, join your knees together, and try and join your big toes together and your heels coming close towards each other. And try not to let your ankles fall out to the side, so bring your feet together if you can. Stretch the thighs up and lift your chest bone up towards the chin. Stretch your arms down by your side. Take a breath in. As you exhale, draw your hands behind you, so your back of your hands are now on the back of your thighs. Keep drawing your thighs up. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just curving the upper body to press your shoulder blades in towards your front chest, so we're not going lower down, the hands aren't stretching down yet. Just press your shoulder blades in towards your front chest. Keep lifting this chest bone higher and higher towards the chin. And then see if you can rest your head back. Then take a breath in. As you exhale, now you can try and stretch your hands down. The important thing is to stretch up on this front of the body and the back of the spine. So try not to lean and curve back on the lower base of the spine. Just try and stretch your hands further down towards the crease in the back of your knees. Okay, and then come up, and we just kneel down onto our heels for a moment and just take a few deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, we'll do number 2. So we'll kneel up. The important thing is squeeze the hips in, stretch up through the upper body. So lift the chest bone up as high as we can. Draw these outer shoulders back and press the shoulder blades in towards the front chest. Take a breath in. As you exhale, just bring the back of the hands round to the back of the thighs. Take another breath in. As you exhale, begin to lift the head and chin up. Try and stretch up through the front of the body. Press the shoulder blades in. So get as much curve as you can in the upper spine without going down on the lumbar. Yeah? Take another breath in. As you exhale, and let's just try and draw your hands down as you stretch your spine up. So we're trying to stretch this area. Although it's a back bend, the back bend is all in the upper spine, not in the lower base of the spine. Keep stretching up. See if you can stretch your hands further down your back if you can. Okay, and then come up to center and then just slowly sit down onto your heels. Okay, take some deep breaths in and out through the nose. So try and relax in between, let the abdomen relax, lower back muscles relaxing. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. So one more, so we'll kneel up. So draw the hips in, take a breath in. As you exhale, lift the chest bone up as high as you can. Take another breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands round to the back of the thighs, back of the hands on the thighs wherever they can reach. Draw your outer shoulders back. Take a breath in. As you exhale, begin to curve in the upper body. So press your shoulder blades in. As you begin to curve back, take another breath in. As you exhale, then you can try and extend your fingers down your back, but keep trying to lengthen and stretch the spine up. Deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay, and then slowly come back up to center, and we'll just sit down onto the heels for the moment. Okay, I think I've got one more pose to do before we do some relaxation. Well, I might have two. We'll see how they go. I think we'll just do the one actually. So take a couple of blocks and just sit onto your blocks. And just sit in simple cross legs. Okay. So we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's read a message that's popped up on screen now. So we sit in simple cross legs and just rest our hands onto our tops of our legs for a moment. Try and sit up nice and tall, and then take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to take our left hand over to the outside of our right knee, and then take our right hand and bring that round somewhere near towards the left hip, wherever we can reach. Take a breath in. As you exhale, use the grip on the outside of the right knee to rotate and turn the whole of the spine round towards the right hand side. So try and cut your right shoulder back. Press your left shoulder blade in towards the front chest, or press both shoulder blades in, and stretch up through the spine. Try and keep the legs level. Okay, and then release. Come back to center. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Take another breath in. As you exhale, this time we'll take the right hand to the outside of the left knee. Take another breath in. As you exhale, bring the left hand round to the outside of the right hip. And then stretching up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. As we exhale, using the grip on the outside of the left knee, rotate the whole of the chest round towards the left. Stretch up nice and tall. Deep breath in and out through the nose. Okay, and then come back to center. We'll just do one more on each side. So take a breath in. As you exhale, this time we'll take the left hand to the outside of the right knee. Breathe in, exhale, bring the right hand round to the outside of the left hip. Take another breath in. As you exhale, using the grip on the right knee, rotate on the spine and try and turn around as much as you can. Hopefully you might get a bit more movement on both sides. Squeeze the abdomen, so draw your abdomen in and then let the abdomen relax. And as you do that, you might find you get more extension. And then release, come back to center. Just take a few breaths in and out through the nose. And then we'll take another breath in as we exhale, this time right hand to the outside, the left knee, and then take the left hand round to the outside of the right hip. Stretch up nice and tall, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, use the grip on the left knee to rotate on the spine, really turn, take a breath in. As you exhale, draw your abdomen in, feel you squeeze the abdomen, you might be able to go a little bit further round, then let the abdomen relax. And then release and come back to center. So, good time now to get ready to do some proper relaxation. So, you can have your mats whichever direction you wish. With your mat on there, make sure you can be warm. So if you want to put some socks on or a fleece or something, just to make sure you don't get cold. Because as soon as we get cold in relaxation, that's when we'll tend to not relax properly. I'm just going to turn my mat this way. Okay, so when you're ready, we're just going to lie back on our mats. We'll start with our heels and big toes together, and then we'll just stretch the legs away from us. Same as we did in Setu Bandha, stretch the shoulders down towards the floor. Oh, you might want to fold your blanket so that it's supporting your back. Or if you've got an extra blanket, you can put that along the spine just to let the shoulders release down towards the floor. And then from there, just let the feet fall out to the side. Back of the hands on the floor with the fingers gently curling. And then focus your eyes towards your chest and then close the eyes in the sockets. Just take a breath in and out through the nose. Normal breath in, normal breath out. Make sure the teeth are slightly apart, the tongue is resting on the lower part of the mouth, and the lips are just gently touching. Again, as we keep breathing in and out through the nose, try and take a slightly longer breath in and a slightly longer breath out. Feel the facial muscles relax across the top of the scalp, around the cheeks and the chin. Feel the skin softening across the face. And as you relax the face, you can actually feel the weight of your cheek muscles releasing down towards the floor. And then feel the muscles in the neck area, tops of the shoulders relaxing and releasing. And as you release the tops of your shoulders, you can feel the outer arm area release down towards the floor. We don't need to use any muscular effort now to keep the body. You just want to let the body totally relax. And as you come into the tops of your arms, feel the muscles around the tops of the shoulders, through the arms, forearms, all the way down towards your fingers. Feel those muscles totally relaxing and letting go. And as we begin to relax, our breathing should begin to become much longer. We should take a longer breath in and an equally longer breath out. Every so often, increase the length of the breath in and increase the length of the breath out. And then we come back up to around the rib cage, feel the muscles around the ribs relaxing around the shoulder blades, just totally releasing and letting go. And as you relax the muscles around that area, you can also then feel the connection with the abdomen, the tummy muscles. And as you let the tummy muscles relax, you can feel the lower back muscles relax. The gap between the lower back and the floor seems to narrow as you relax. And then relax around the pelvis, around the hips, and then into the tops of the legs. Feel the top of the leg muscles releasing and relaxing. And relaxing those muscles also releases and relax muscles that join in with the lower back. And then soften around the knees, backs of the knees, into the calves, and eventually all the way down towards the toes. Feel yourself sink deeper and deeper into relaxation. All the time, just taking a normal breath in through the nose and a normal breath out. But hopefully that normal breath has now become a much longer breath. So continue trying to slow the breath down, in and out through your nose. So I'm just going to be quiet for a few minutes and just let yourselves totally immerse in your own relaxation, your own zone. Okay, now to come out of relaxation, just slowly bend your knees. Still keep your eyes closed for a moment, or gently roll over onto our right hand side. Try and keep your spine in one straight line, keep your knees together, feet together. Still keeping your eyes closed for a moment, gently roll over onto the left hand side. And then begin to slowly open your eyes. Take some of the light in that's in the room. And then when you feel ready, you may slowly come up from there.